What's up? What's up? Hope everybody's having a good Friday. Welcome back into Breaking Boards. Here with my guy Adam. Adam and I are going to jump into some drafts over on DraftKings. Hopefully, you guys can join us for a couple. Adam, how's it going on a Friday?
It's great, Randy. That intro gets me hyped, I tell you.
Did you just pause for 67 minutes to answer that question? That's what it felt like. Maybe 68 minutes.
It did, didn't it? It was like a very delayed reaction on that.
Yeah, that was a little slow. We'd redo it, but we're live, so it is what it is. Let's hop over to DraftKings though and go ahead and start getting ready to get into the $25 contest over here. Let me know when you are at the screen if anybody wants to join along with us. The $25 over on DK. What is it, like 3 million up top? The $20 million overall.
I will be drafting 2 drafts during this stream because my $15 finally filled 18 hours later.
Nice. Are you ready to go in the 25?
Give me just 2 seconds. Let me get over there real quick, and I'll be ready to go. We are ready.
All right. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and 0.
Oh no.
I am 0 out of 12.
I have 12 of 12. Wow.
We are killing it. Getting started here so far. Are you drafting 3 at the same time?
I'm coming right back. Yeah, I'm coming right in with you. Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
3 of 12 now. Okay, so here we go.
Somehow I'm still 0 of 12, which makes no sense because
refresh, please.
There we go. We're 3 of 12.
I'm 3 of 3. I'm 3 drafts deep right now.
Yeah. I I think I've done a couple of streams with Michael where I accidentally got into the back end or started a new room, whatever the case is, and so I've drafted a couple with him that we've drafted in a couple of different rooms. I mean, it is what it is. We do our best to get in there, but sometimes it just doesn't work out.
I'm going to focus on ours though. Obviously, that's where we're doing the stream for the one we're in, so we're going to do this. The other ones will fix themselves. I have enough. Look, my rankings are adjusted and ready to go. So I believe in my rankings, and I believe that an auto draft won't be the worst thing in the world. So,
speaking of rankings, as some of you that have followed along with the channel for a minute have noticed, our store has been down for a little bit. So still arguing with some people to get that fixed. But given that, we have uploaded our ranks for free on the site. If you're interested in Breaking Boards ranks, we have all the sims that are uploaded. If you go over to our site, they'll be uploaded as an article. You can download the files for free. BreakingBoardsDFS.com. The QR code is up on your screen. If you're looking for some free ranks that you can upload and draft alongside, they are up for you on the site. Still working on the store, hoping it better be up by DFS season or I'm going to lose my mind because I put a ton of work into this, but a bunch of back and forth and a lot of stuff that you guys probably don't want to hear about. But yeah, the ranks are up on the site for free for you guys. We've been down in the shop for a minute, so thought we'd give something back. Put a lot of work into those ranks. Mine will probably be updated. I just updated them a few days ago, but I'm going back through. I usually go 0 to 240 or 1 to 240 every week or so. I'm at pick 100 on my ranks right now. So as soon as I get to 240, I'll upload the new rankings and there'll be a new sim and that kind of thing, but it will be free as well. So they'll stay up free. Probably for the free foreseeable future, I would, if I were a guessing man, I would guess all the way up to the season. Probably not going to give away the showdown stuff when the season starts just because I put so much work into those sheets and everything that would not be a great business model to give everything away. But yeah, but the ranks are up for free if you want to go check those out. I think I'll beat that horse to death. We are 7 of 12 now in the $25 over on DK. If anybody wants to join in with us, we are 11 of 12 now, so that hopped up pretty quick. Another thing is we'll probably do 2 streams today, so we're probably gonna do 2 here, and then hop back on later on this afternoon with, I think Ben is gonna join us for a stream as well, so we'll probably see, 4 live $25 drafts throughout the day if anybody wants to hang around with us later, and we are filled up. Looks like I'm in the 6 and Adam is in the 3 hole.
I like that we've I can't see that, but we've adjusted my image, my photo to match the brand. So
Yeah, I don't know if they run batches of those because I noticed that a couple of days ago, Michael and I did a stream and it actually had my actual photo, like company photo up versus my old profile picture. So
yeah, I like that because I still have my Vikings picture where I can see, but I think everybody else can see my Breaking Boards emblem. So trying to get affiliated like these other, you know, entities do, we're trying to make sure that our brand is on point as well. So
yeah, I mean it's a slow go. I think starting any kind of company takes a minute to get everything off the ground. So just bear with us. We'll get there. Some decently smart people behind this thing. I wouldn't say I'm 100% intelligent as it pertains to the computer world, but I do my best. So
I will say I'm in my favorite spot though to pick.
in a chair.
Yeah, in a chair and at the 3 spot.
Yeah, I think it's like the 3, 4, 5 is probably the nuts for me. Although, like this week's been weird because DK Best Ball Week. I think today is 2 free MLB tickets if you join the 25. I think you have to opt in to it first, so make sure you do that. But there's been some very weird picks in the first round. Yesterday, I saw Joe Burrow at the 5 overall. Michael texted me at about midnight last night, said he was in one that he saw DJ Moore go at the 13. So there's been some weird stuff. So I'm hoping that that kind of stuff continues today and we can take advantage of it here on the stream.
Yeah. Correct. You are.
Looks like we have about 15 seconds left until this thing gets started. What's up? What's up? When you guys hop into the chat, let us know who's hanging out. Hopefully somebody got into this draft with us. We are going to do another one. So if you're hanging out in the chat, we are going to do one more draft after this one. And then we will be going live later on this afternoon as well. But we had some time and wanted to get a couple of drafts off on stream. So we'll see how things go. Very standard through the first 5 picks for me. I'm going to take the guy that I have ranked 6th overall, and we'll take Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Now, I am going to, like I said, forego these other 2 drafts I'm in. I'm going to let them auto with my rankings. I will go over them as well with y'all at the end of this draft and let y'all hear my teams on. One's a $15 the single entry. Like I said, it took me all of 18 hours to get into that roughly before it filled. And it filled right in time for stream today. Imagine that.
I'm typically saving all my single entries until August. So I'll probably jump into the 15 in August. The 250, I think, is single entry. And then the $100 has like 4 entries. Yeah. So I'll typically hold all those. And then I know there was some talk about a 555 doing a live stream for that. I would prefer to do that in August.
No, yes. We're going to have to do that towards, yeah.
I don't see a lot of, positioning or jockeying for position by doing a 555 this early unless you plan to max it.
No, I think after cuts, after the last preseason game would probably be the best time to do the 555 for sure.
I mean, there's the only stuff I see is like if you're high on Diggs, or I know everybody's flipping out on Kamara right now because we don't have any news besides the Kamara situation really. But I was at 27% Kamara before this started. Adam and I were just talking about this earlier. I try to foresee stuff like that coming. So I'll draft all my Kamara bags prior to the move. And then once the move happens, I'm in a good spot. And I'll just kind of work my way backwards.
Like I said, Kamara did sign the other day officially.
So I'm not drafting Kamara now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I drafted him, like I said, 27% before now, so that now that ETN should be probably falling in rooms, I'm going to take a lot more ETN, especially if he starts falling, you know, mid 40s, or I expect he probably falls to like 42, 44 range. Maybe not in this draft, but by the time we get to the season. So I'll pack my bags once everybody else is kind of going the other way, is essentially how I like to approach it. Nothing crazy through two. I think when I redid my rankings, I think I moved McBride up a little bit, but I think we're still at like pick 27 on him.
Yeah, we're not that high on him, I don't think. I don't think any of us are across the board. So I'm really looking forward to this turn though and seeing what I can get right here. If it works out well, I'm gonna really enjoy myself right now. Hand check though, not like that.
Who are you looking at?
Olave.
What's up? What's up? As you guys start to file in, let us know who's hanging out. We are going to be doing one more $25 draft after this one concludes. This one did just start through round number 2. Coming back around here to Adam. He has Chase and Rashee Rice, and I have Amon-Ra and Derrick Henry.
I'm a guaranteed Olave or Smith right here, so I'm actually okay with what I get. No Olave, it's okay. Devontae, it is.
We'll likely flip back over after Nathan makes his pick here, and we will start looking at the board for pick number 30. If I were a betting man, I would say we're probably going wide receiver or running back. I don't have any Josh Allen, or I think I have one out of like 105 drafts, so I need to probably pack my bags a little bit on him, but I'd prefer not to have to take him. But I do not mind getting him a little bit of a discount. Top ADP, top of my board is where we're going to go, and we're going to go with Emeka Ejbuka for Tampa Bay. So through 3 rounds, Adam was rolling all pissed yellow with Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice, and Devonta Smith. I have Amon-Ra, Derrick Henry, and Ejbuka. A lot of green on the right side of the board, a lot of yellow on the left side of the board right now.
It really is. It's a tale of two halves of this draft right now.
I don't know what's going on with my eye. If you see me rubbing my left eye, just ignore me. My contacts are acting up, so we'll see if it sets, and maybe I don't want it to by the end of this draft. Maybe I don't want to see what I've drafted, but right now it seems fine. Amon-Ra, Derrick Henry, Ejbuka. That's another player we were ahead of the game on. We've actually been pretty correct guessing the market this year. The only player that really hasn't adjusted to our ranks is McBride, but you starting to see him fall toward the 30s in some drafts. But we were ahead of the market on Ejbuka. We were ahead of the market on the fall of Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm.
We were ahead of the market on the Kamara situation.
Correct.
So we've done a pretty outstanding job, you know, patting ourselves on the back here a little bit, but we've been ahead of the moves so far. You know, we've been out here grinding news and updating our ranks as much as we can and things of that nature. And again, the ranks are free right now. BreakingBoardsDFS.com. You'll see the ranks as an article. Just click on the article, whether you're playing on Underdog or DK, and you'll get access to all of our sims and easily downloadable ranks to upload for free. Still working on the store, and I know it's been a headache for people who wanted to purchase the ranks or have access to the ranks. So just to get ahead of it, we're going to give the best ball ranks for free, probably for the rest of the year. Even if the store reopens, they've pissed me off enough with it that you guys are going to reap the benefits.
Yeah, the best ball rankings. Yeah, I agree.
Coming back around to me here at pick 43. Again, if the slide continues, we'll pick it up.
This is really a neat, tidy draft right now.
I'm a little surprised that Neighbors is still here as well, given that the news is positive on him. I just don't know how much I believe the news on Neighbors.
Yeah.
So we pick again. We're picking again at 54. So what kind of players are we talking about at 54? Likely a receiver there. So we're going to go ahead and go Travis Etienne or A-Chain or whatever he would like to be called at this point. So 2 and 2 through 4 for me. Amon-Ra, Derrick Henry, Ejibuka, and Travis Etienne. Adam coming back around here at pick number 46. If I were a betting man, I'm assuming he's probably going to look to go with well, he might catch a falling value here and just go 4 wide receivers, or he might look at going with a running back.
But he's low on my rankings, but I don't have any shares of him, so I may have one. So I was like, he's falling value technically, so barely, but he is falling value. He's at 44 ADP. So
I mean, it just feels like to me, I'm not really sure what to do with the entire Giants offense outside of a couple of guys. Like, I'm not really high on Darnell Mooney. Malachi Fields sure has some draft capital. Had a good prospect profile. I just don't know how to play those guys because I don't know how much time they're going to see when you bring in guys like Berrios and Smith and Jigba, or not Smith and Jigba, Smith Schuster and Odell Beckham. The Neighbors situation, his injuries, the Scadabo situation, his injuries. The way I've been playing it so far is just take Dart and Likely when Likely falls to me. I did, get my Neighbors bags after the fall, so I assume he starts to move back up with the positive news. But I'm not sure how high he's going to climb the board. I assume he settles around pick 40 or so if the news stays positive on him.
yeah, I've kept him at 50. I don't see pulling up Neighbors anytime soon. I just don't trust that. And you can get, if you got Dart, you can get his other healthy receivers on the back end of the draft, so you don't have to reach for anything like that. So
we go with Lamar there in the 6th to get a little bit ahead of the QB run that I assume is coming over the next few rounds. That is one stack that, as far as a 3-man for DFS, has been pretty successful over the last few years, is going Lamar, Derrick Henry, and Mark Andrews, which is what I've tried to do a little bit more this season to get ahead of it. So don't mind getting Baltimore stacks. We are working against one another as far as week 17 stacks, though. It's going to be hard for me to catch a Cincinnati guy. It's going to be hard for him to catch a Baltimore guy, given that we have opposite ends of that game in week 17.
yeah. I mean, this draft is like, it's really, like I said, true to form right now. Nothing eye popping. Like, everybody's playing the ADP and whatever their rankings are, if they have any. They're not playing anything like, vibe based or feels based or anything like that. Or I wonder what the 12 guy wants to do with quarterback.
Yeah, it just looks like a very cordial type room. I mean, not a lot of people falling very far. Not a lot of guys getting pulled up very far.
I can say that I don't really like. I don't like 12. I don't like 11s. I don't like their overall draft right now because of not prioritizing wide receivers. I feel like they've let that fall off, and they're going to be struggling catching up. As a solver tool would say, they won't get into that target capital, I don't think, or will struggle with it anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely a situation where it's, if you go heavy one way or the other, it's hard to get that other draft capital allocation to where it needs to be. Probably going to go with Marvin Harrison Jr. or Jordan Tyson here, just whoever falls. We do already have the bet on the New Orleans room with the ETN or A-Chain, whatever his name is. So we'll go back here with Jordan Tyson. I assume this guy takes MHJ right here. So through 6 rounds for me, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown, Derrick Henry, Ejbuka, Etienne, Lamar Jackson, and Jordan Tyson. And then Adam is on the clock now with Chase, Rice, Devonta Smith, Scatabo, Burrow, and Jalen Hurts.
The double tap.
This guy's catching some value here with J-Mo, Neighbors, and Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, but the Neighbors, I mean, again, risk reward on that one.
I mean, I don't hate him because if you get the guess right, you know, he's adding a wide receiver 1 to a room that already has a wide receiver 1, so it's not a terrible bet. Who is his wide receiver 1? Is it Olave? Yeah, I especially don't hate it on this one, given that he went with the McBride pick. He is leaning into the injury, though, with Neighbors and Alec Pierce. Ramondre Stevenson there.
Yeah, usually I get Mekhi Lemon, but I have him ranked higher, but I've got a lot of him, and I don't need him right there because I already have Devontae with Hurts. Honestly, I just need Goddard, and I don't have to really stretch for that, obviously. So,
again, appreciate you guys hanging out. Let us know who's in the chat, who's hanging out with us on a Friday. If you want to go check out the ranks, breakingboardsdfs.com. Go to the articles section. We do have our ranks up. All the sims are free right now, given that our shop has been down for a little bit. So if you want to take advantage of some free ranks, head on over to the site and enjoy. Back around to me here. Top of my ranks, Caleb Williams, don't need it. Could go Quentin Johnston here and then try to work back with a Herbert situation. Don't mind getting to Kraft here as well. We're going to go Tucker Kraft. Not a big QJ guy, personally. Gives us a little bit of outs as far as getting a QB2 as well. As I assume we'll be fighting the McConkey owner here at the end of this round. I assume is where he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to fight the 10 for McConkey, so we'll let somebody else fight over Herbert, and we'll pivot and maybe catch a Jordan Love fall here in a few seconds. I don't know if I can get sick or what. Eyes going crazy, throat's going crazy. Nothing too crazy to report. I mean, this draft has been kind of cordial. All right, let's talk about it, Adam.
Yep.
Let's talk about a little bit of our guys. Round 1, taking into consideration your projection, taking into consideration cost, taking into consideration everything. If you had any pick in round 1 at ADP, who do you take?
Jamar Chase.
That is the exact same answer that I was going to give. I like Chase anywhere between the 3 and the 5. You're not getting him at the 5 anymore, but if you were drafting earlier in the offseason, you were getting him in the 4 and the 5 quite a bit. He was a player that I packed my bags on. If you watched some of our earlier shows, you knew that when I ran my sims, Jamar Chase was the number 1 simmed player. So we were taking Chase a lot early. Who would you take in round 2, given any selection that you could make in round number 2?
It's actually become A.J. Brown for me.
Okay. I'm torn between 2 guys, and it's really just whoever falls, but they typically go in the same range, and that is Derrick Henry or Drake London. Back around to me here. Not a lot that I love on the board currently. I don't have a lot of shares of Makai Lemon. So we'll probably get a share of Makai Lemon here, given that he is the top ranked wide receiver on my board and ADP as well. Back around to Adam here at pick number 94.
I don't want anybody snapping me, so.
You are really on this triple early QB train that I'm not so sure it's going to. It might be the train station more than a wagon that you need to be hopping on. Come back around here at pick number 99. I'm assuming no QB.
Yeah, we're done with QBs.
Pick number 102. He's trying to get me to take a lot of this guy. I'm not sure that I'm high on him, but I don't get him a lot. We already have a wide receiver bet with Ijibuka. So we'll put in another bet here with Tampa Bay, and we'll go with Kenny Gainwell, which I did see they actually changed his name to Kenny Gainwell and not Kenneth Gainwell now.
Oh, did they? Okay. Well, that's good.
Not sure if that's something that he's endorsing or
probably so. Typically, it would have to be the person because
I do like the position that I'm in right now because I can get Baker, Love, or Shuck, hopefully flipping the turn here. I'm assuming that 2 or 3 of these guys are going to take QBs. I assume these 2 guys will, and then Kane or Bear Fan. It's a weird name, honestly. Bear Fan. My mind immediately went beer, but I don't know if that says more about me or says more about him. But
he's a Bears fan, so he's going to get Bears players. He's got Meneaga. I don't know if he got any other Bears players on his roster. So
I can't really tell what his emblem is. There goes Love with the Matthew Golden double there. So not terrible turn there for the 12.
I mean, it tracks.
Takes one guy off the board for me. I guess we're looking at hopefully Shuck, and then maybe Baker can fall to 126. We'll see what comes around here. Don't know if anybody has. Well, you have Olave and I have Tyson, so there's no need to look there because I also have ETN to know what is going to be, shouldn't be wrestling for Tyler Shuck unless they're planning on a.
I don't have Olave. Olave went beside me. He went to 2-hole.
Oh, okay. I know you were talking about it. I thought you got him.
I have Devontae.
We are going to do another draft after this one, and we are going live later on again today with Ben. So if you guys want to hang out with us, do another draft after this one, or if you want to hang out later on today for that draft.
Presumably, we're doing a draft with Ben. I mean, I haven't talked to him since yesterday, but he was on board to record all week. So as far as I know.
Yeah, Ben can be a bit of a wild card at times. I can't pass up Blake Corum there.
Not that falling value, no. You cannot.
I mean, a full round on a guy that I'm higher on versus the field to begin with. And there goes Baker. So I'm probably not getting either of the QBs that I needed to fall back to me. Baker was the guy I thought was going to fall back. Not too egregious of a reach there, about 10 picks, but yeah, there goes Shuck. So I may have put myself in a hole by not being able to take or pass on the falling value of Blake Corum. Again, we beat that horse to death on this channel. If you're not ahead of the QB avalanche, you're under it. especially on DraftKings. It's not as bad on Underdog if you're drafting over there, but actually seen quite a bit of falling value on Underdog over the last couple of days. I'm not sure if they put out another promo. I know that the draft 4 get 1 was still active as of yesterday. I drafted my 5, I drafted the 4, and then got the free one. You do have to opt in, so go over to Underdog, go to your promos page. I don't see any draft stuff over there. I know that DK's, DraftKings week is going on right now. So if you go over there and draft a $25, which we're going to draft another one here on stream, but if you draft one, you get, I think, 2 $5 tickets into baseball for tonight.
You do, yes.
So probably run a couple of baseball lineups just to F around. What's going on, Red? What's going on? Hopefully you are having a good week and having a good Friday. We are going to do another 25. Red did draft with us on stream the other day. We are going to do a 25, another one after this one if you want to hang out and draft alongside us here in a bit. Or if you don't have the time right now, we're going to go live again later on this afternoon and draft probably 2 more on stream. I'm not really sure what's happening here, but
it got a little funky, to be honest with you.
I mean, everything kind of fell in a range where I didn't need it to fall there.
Yeah, it really got weird. For me, it all started way back at pick 10-2 with Kelsey going right there. And I thought he was going to slide on up, and I would double click tight end, but excuse me, that was not what happened.
I'm a little confused on, normally when you see QB runs, it's in the middle of your drafts, and in this particular league, it's been on the right and on the left. Like the 5, 6, 7, 8 have been very cordial with quarterback for the most part until now. But then on the ends, it's been the Wild West. We are getting to the point where the QBs aren't making any sense to draft unless you catch one falling. I was hoping to get Kyler there at pick 126, which was way below where I have him in ADP. I have him, right outside the top 100 picks. So I've been pretty happy with that to go alongside Lamar, and I would have just stopped at 2. We'll kind of see how this plays out. Again, we had set up 3 QB stacks, but just none of them fell. Baker got pulled up. Love went off the board a little earlier than what he should have. Shuck went a couple of picks after us because we couldn't pass on around to Blake Corum, falling ADP. I don't really think I have any more back stacks set up, so we'll have to come up and get creative here.
You got McMillan and Coker. Oh, that's the other guy. Never mind. That's not you.
Yeah,
my bad.
I was about to say, Tim McMillan is gone, and
that's Bear fan.
Jalen McMillan doesn't do me any good anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little bit weird. It's hard for me to pass on. It's hard for me to pass on Keaton Mitchell or really Krosky Merritt here, even though I don't love Krosky Merritt. But I think if I don't take a QB, I think I'm going to be under that avalanche, and it doesn't feel good when you click Cam Ward, but it's the situation we find ourselves in. So I think I just misread this room and got a little bit outside the box on QB. So, I mean, not an egregious reach there. I think it was like 1 pick of ADP, but if you're asking me if I want Cam Ward, not particularly. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Got Adam with a 3-3-5-1 through 12. Chase, Rice, Smith, Scatterbo, Burrow, Hurts, Stevenson, Mahomes, Addison, Goddard, Khalil Shakir, and Keaton Mitchell. And then with myself, I have Amon-Ra, Henry, Ejbuka, Travis Etienne, Lamar Jackson, Jordan Tyson, Tucker Kraft, Mekhi Lemon, Kenny Gainwell, Blake Corum, Mark Andrews, and a forced Cam Ward. Looking at the board right now, this is exactly why I was packing my Alvin Kamara bags early because I figured that he was going to stay. He looks like a guy that, from what I've seen from watching him throughout the last decade or so, loves that New Orleans area and wasn't planning on going anywhere to begin with. So if you're telling me I can get a guy in the 170s, 180s, I assume he settles probably in the 140, 142 range overall when the dust settles. So if you can give me 3 rounds of closing line ADP, I'm going to try to get every one of those situations when I can. Yeah, sounds good, Red. Yeah, we'll jump into it. We'll do this draft, do our little recap and grades situation, and then we'll jump right into the next one. So won't keep you waiting too long.
Yeah, I gotta recap 3 drafts over here.
I mean, you can recap the other 2 while we're
I can run through it while we're getting ready. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's hard for me to pass up on Naylor there. I am a little bit higher until they add somebody. It's hard not to be high on these Vegas guys. I would assume that they would have added another wide receiver to that room already, but every day we get closer to the season. I think we're 53, 54 days out now.
Yeah, I don't know. I did see something though, and I was looking at the free agents, and I know that Diggs is probably going to be signed somewhere soon-ish, maybe Debo. But what I've heard and what I've read is Ayuk has burned down basically his chance being signed, especially by the Commanders and probably any other team at this point. They're not too keen on his mental stability, and even Antonio Brown came out and said that he's a little off right now. And to have Antonio Brown tell you that you're off, that is a problem.
I think that Antonio Brown is living vicariously through my left eye right now. So I don't know what that's about. Wish this contact would participate in this draft so I can see half of the draft board. But sometimes you got to play through injury, right? Late in the season, late in the draft season, everybody's a little dinged up. The wife's getting on your tail. Bank account's getting a little thin, maybe. I'm sure there's some players playing through things and drafters playing through things out here that, shout out to my guys pushing through into draft season, getting ready for the NFL season. Yeah, like I said, I think it is 53, 54 days. I did see the news on Diggs. Looks like 6 teams, I believe, is what was quoted that, they're reaching out, trying to gain, what he was looking for. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do it here. Don't love it. I assume somebody will snipe me in 3, 2, 1. All right, here goes Dylan Sampson. That's a player that I feel like I'm higher than the field on. It's unsettling because I don't know exactly how many games he's going to start. I did have this discussion in chat the other day during the live stream. And maybe I'll ask you guys, what's everyone's read on Mendoza? If you had to set an over-under on how many games Kirk Cousins starts this year, I got a number in my mind that I talked about on stream the other day. What was everybody else thinking as far as Mendoza?
8 games.
I set the number on Kirk at 5.5 to 7.5. I think that's about the range that he falls into. I think he probably starts the first half of the season, and then they give Mendoza some run. It's hard for me to think that they draft a guy 1-1 and don't play him at all in his rookie season. Yeah. I could understand it. It's just not something that we've seen before, at least I can remember. Out and running some errands, can't give you Randy any drafting tips. I'm telling you, man, if you look at this current
draft, need them.
If you looked at this draft, I might need some for sure. I did, Rich, I will say, I drafted 2 Marshawn Lloyds off stream this week. So, I mean, I don't know if that gets me back on the Marshawn Lloyd train. That's 2 more than I had prior to that. So we'll see where we end up. I don't know if it was you constantly hammering Marshawn Lloyd into my memory bank, but it was I heard Evan Silva talk about him the other day from ETR, and talking him up. And speaking of which, I want to touch on this for a second here before we move on to anything else. Don't know him personally. Never had a conversation with him, but I have been a fan of his for a long time. ETR puts out some really great content. I don't know if anybody's watched the solo pod that Adam Levitan put up earlier this week. Adam Levitan was diagnosed with cancer. So shout out to him. Hopefully everything goes smooth. I know that he just recently had the surgery to have the cancer removed. Hopefully everything's going all right with his recovery. I did see that he's back and making some jokes online, but I assume that his voice is not going to be back for a bit, given where the cancer was located. But luckily they caught it early. Looks like things are going pretty well. But shout out to him, man. You hate to see anybody in the space, especially somebody like Levitan, who's just seems like a solid dude, going through something like that. It's sucks every time you hear it. Cancer's you know what.
Yeah, prayers up for him for sure.
7-ish, however, all bets are off if they can win.
Yeah, I know. I get that for sure.
You think at least 8 for Kirk? Yeah, prayers up for Adam for sure. He just seems like a solid dude, Seems like a solid guy. Like I said, never had a conversation with him, but I kind of get where he was coming from when he was talking about the diagnosis and just, understanding probabilities and not trying to let it defeat him and things of that nature. And but you also got to see some emotion when he was talking about his wife, his kids, that kind of stuff. So tough scene, but hopefully he's back, middle of the season, early part of the season, and good to go. But I'd imagine his voice box is going to need some time to heal up. We are playing catch up a little bit here. Receiver for me, 3-4-6-3. I assume we get to 3-6-8-3 by the end of this draft. This is another one of those ones that I don't love it, but I think that it just falls into a portfolio for me. I'm probably going to end up with around 1,000 teams when all is said and done. So just having some teams that are okay isn't the worst case scenario. I did look through, because you do get a with the solver a draft report for all your drafts. I did look back through all of mine that I've done on DK to this point, which I think now is 131. I've drafted one draft that was rated in the red as far as draft capital and ADP value. And that was the draft that I did with Michael on stream, that we got into 2 separate rooms and I let it auto draft. So me personally, I'm 130 for 130. Hopefully after this one, we'll check it out at the end of this draft, but hopefully I can keep that going. I don't know. I think they will tread water with Kirk. I think you'll see a couple of weeks of letting Mendoza get his feet wet. And then I think you'll see Mendoza take over the back half of the season. I'm not sure. What is their bye week? 13. I imagine they give him starts before the bye. But even if he starts in week 14, you're still getting the best part of Mendoza if you're taking him in drafts, in your playoff weeks. So, but I can't imagine they set him that long into the season. We're going to take a Calvin Ridley here, given that we have Cam Ward. Adam, you got any thoughts on when you think Mendoza is likely to see the field?
Like I said, probably around Thanksgiving.
I can see it. I mean, I would say like week 8, something like that. Yeah. He seems like a good dude. Like I said, he seems pretty solid. I didn't catch the best ball bad beat. I've had like 2 over the last couple of years, which I know Adam knows, but Jaden Reed cost me a couple $100,000 having the game of his life with 2 touchdowns. And then my only underdog team that was looking at the finals last year, I was in first I needed to fade, I think, like 18 points from Alec Pierce.
Yes.
And he
I
scored
remember that. Jeez.
2 60-yard touchdowns in the first half and, like, crushed me.
From Phillip Rivers, remember that.
And I think against Houston too, which was I was like, yeah, that one hurt. Tate, Wandell, and DK, you think Ridley? No, I don't really like Ridley at all. I think he feels like a Cooper Kupp-esque pick. I just don't get a lot of Tennessee, and I had Cam Ward fall to me. QB situation in this room got a little weird, so I thought, hey, I don't get a lot of Ridley. I don't get a lot of Cam Ward. Why not just make the bet that they're half decent? I do have Gunnar Helm as well, so unfortunately, this team is betting on Tennessee's success, which is probably not going to be a great bet long term. But maybe Ridley has a couple of weeks where he gets me 12, 15, and that's what you need for your lineup. So we'll see what we can do here. And again, given that we've made the bed, might as well lay in it. We'll go Nick Singleton there. I don't have that. Might be my first Nick Singleton. I usually do. I try to be methodical in my approach on how I approach best ball. But at some point, I have to start factoring in the what ifs of what if Nick Singleton gets on the field this year. I wouldn't bet on it. Like I said, this is probably my only share. But when I already have a team built that I'm betting on Tennessee's success, I might as well just go ahead and completely lean into it. And if it fails, then this team's dead. But if it happens to break right, maybe it's the week 15 game. Maybe Tennessee has a great game. Maybe they score 30 points and, a couple of guys are down and Calvin Ridley scores 15 points and Nick Singleton's starting running back by then. I mean, is it likely? No. Could it happen? Sure. So I don't mind getting a, 1 to 2% on everybody just in case type situation. Basically, the only guys I'm not drafting right now are like Ayuk, Tyreek Hill, those type guys. I just have no faith that those guys are going to come back and do anything. See what happens when you can't steer my picks. I mean, it gets bad. It gets way off the rails, man. I need you here. I need some backup. We are going to do one more draft here in a second, and then we are going to do a couple later on today. So if you got some time later on, Rich, you can hang out with us. I would assume we go live again 6-ish.
5:36, yeah, probably. I would say.
Probably going to need to catch some food after this one or after the next one, and then we'll get back live at some point during the night for sure and do a couple more. Coming back around to me here, going to look to go either receiver or running back. I mean, look at the top of the board there. Fits our build. Again, we've already made the bet on Vegas and Tennessee and Baltimore for that matter. So we'll take Mike Washington Jr. there and put him in the running back room. Couldn't even speak about my best ball results from last year for a few months. That good, huh? Is that a bad regular season performance? Something didn't break your way, or is that you made it to the finals and just absolutely got screwed? I mean, I wasn't expecting I was sitting in, I think it was second for 200 or 250K. I can't remember exactly how much. And Jaden Reed on Sunday Night Football. Injured Jaden Reed on Sunday Night Football. 2 touchdowns. I think he had 3 catches that night, 2 touchdowns, and left the game early. And 2 people behind me had him and dropped me from second to fourth. It stings. I mean, you can't beat the sweat, but when you're the one that's getting bent over the table, it doesn't feel nearly as good as what it does when you're doing the bending.
Well, I will never find my $25 draft that I did just now, so I'm not even going to look for it. So, but the $15 one was easy to find. Anybody want to know the lineup that auto drafted?
I don't even want to know my lineup, and I just drafted it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, okay, you're going to hear it regardless. Lamar Jackson, Saquon Barkley, Travis Etienne, AJ Brown, Zay Flowers, Malachi Lemon, Kendrick Sadiq, Travion Henderson, Jacoby Myers, Tyler Shuck, Blake Corum, Malik Willis, Jalen Coker, Omarion Cooper, AJ Barner, Tank Dell, David Njoku, Elijah Wilson, Malachi Fields, and Kalen Black.
I heard a lot of names. I didn't pay any attention to any of them. So if anybody in the chat has anything to say about that team,
Yeah, if you even paid attention to either chat, it's okay.
I fell
That's a
asleep like halfway through.
$15 single entry. So
how are you letting the clock run out in round 20? Come on, man.
I was going to, but I'm back now.
All right, I'm done here. We'll recap my team in just a second. Let's take a look at the comments and get caught up here. Yeah, I'll be home in an hour or so. I have to drive a couple of minutes waiting for the lady to stop shopping. Yeah, I don't know about a couple of minutes, Rich. It sounds like if she's shopping, you might be out there for a while. Good luck in the shopping streets. Maybe fake an injury. Try to get home early. I had a few finals teams last year. But you more than min cashed. Yeah. I think that particular lineup was $44 entry, and I cashed that one out for $40K. So I mean, like from a best ball ROI standpoint, from what I'm seeing on social media, I'm one of the only few guys in the green. Going into Monday Night Football game, Atlanta versus the Rams, Neil Orfield and I were tied for the. Ooh.
Oh goodness.
Oh man.
Oh no. No, I can already know who your undoing probably was. It's probably Bijan on that one.
Ouch.
Because I was at that game. Me and Ben were on my birthday, and Ben's a big Rams fan, so we went to that game, Monday Night Football, and Ben's Rams got absolutely torched by Bijan. So
I'm sure that the man was sitting there tied for multi-million dollars. I'm sure he's aware. Ouch.
Yeah, that hurts.
You know what, Jaden Reed? I think I can let him off the hook now. That doesn't feel nearly as bad.
No, not at all.
That pains me.
Yep, that hurts.
You want to run through yours first? This one, not the other 10?
Jamar Chase, Rashid Rice, Devontae Smith, Cam Scatterboo, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Ramondre Stevenson, Patrick Mahomes, Jordan Addison, Dallas Goedert, Khalil Shakir, Keaton Mitchell, Britton Strange, Tyler Algier, Brian Robinson Jr., Jeremy Bernard, Tank Dell, Mike Gesicki, Tyrone Thornton, and Samaje Perine.
Could you imagine if that was Tyquan Thornton and not Tyrone?
It's Tyquan, my bad.
It's his brother. He just got out of prison. Which KC prison wide receiver? I would give you. I'm gonna give you a B minus. I don't hate it. It's a very solid team. I think again you're going a little bit too high on your QB capital. I think you're just throwing things into that bucket. I mean, if it might work, I might be an idiot. But just for my builds, I give you a B minus.
Yeah. And I'll give myself the same thing. I don't like stretching for I don't like getting the QBs that close together, although it looks like it because I have done it last several drafts, but it's just that's where they're going to fall. So if I don't get them, then I'm going to miss them, and then I'll have to restructure a back stack. And I didn't have a back stack at the time, so.
And then for me in this one, we got Amon-Ra, Derrick Henry, Ejbuka, Travis Etienne, Lamar Jackson, Jordan Tyson, Tucker Kraft, Makai Lemon, Kenny Gainwell, Blake Corum, Mark Andrews, Cam Ward, Jalen Naylor, Fernando Mendoza, Gunnar Helm, Zachariah Branch, Calvin Ridley, Nick Singleton, Mike Washington Jr., and Andre Yoshivas. I would say I'm going to give that one a C+. I don't love it. It's not a terrible build, honestly. I think it's fine. Before we hop into the next one, let me hop into checking out the draft report. If it's live, it usually goes live as soon as you're done with the draft. Yeah, it's definitely not one of my best drafts, but still in the green. 25.9 picks of ADP value, so not terrible. That is actually one of my worst showings so far. Let me know when everybody is at the draft screen, and we'll get ready to hop into the next $25 on DK. If anybody wants to hop in along with us, looks like a room just filled. So if we get in right now, we should be fine. If everybody can get there, get to the screen where it's at the green, and I will count down quickly.
I'm ready to go, by the way, but we'll give a couple more seconds.
Here we go. I'm going to count it down just because the room just filled. So,
okay.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Dang, 11 to 12.
11 to 12. Hop in. Hop in.
This one's going to fall. It's already filled, probably. It's already full.
One Ram and one Falcon. I think his was Puka, right? I assume you had the Falcon?
No, Neil had one Ram and
you
one
had
Falcon.
6.
And he had 6 players. Dang, that's just,
Who'd you have? Just curious.
3 Rams and 3 Falcons. Dang.
Yeah, I think after this we can all agree F flannel. Neil, if you're watching, if you're paying attention, I know he and I have chatted a little bit this year throughout his drafts. Neil, if you're paying attention, you're an asshole. I know you didn't win it, but somehow it's your fault. It's tied into flannel. Has to be. Also, what's up, Mike? Hopefully you guys are having a good Friday. I had Stafford Puka. Oh my God. So you had the nuts sitting on the nuts.
Yeah.
And got kicked in the nuts.
Yeah.
1/1,000,000th of this type of scenario is what happened. We went to the casino a couple weeks ago or last week. We sit down at the tables. I typically play poker when I buy into a cash game. I'm not sure what these other boys were playing. And we're booking in this thing at the 1 and the 12.
We really are. Jeez.
Oh, I don't see red in there. Damn it. Yeah, we sitting at the tables, played for a while. I never got up, never got down, just kind of treading water. Look down, big blind, pocket aces. So I'm like, all right, let me bump this thing up a little bit. I count the guys that are in, I 3x it. Pretty standard stuff. Get like 37 calls behind me afterwards, which I know that aces are pretty much screwed at that point. Get pretty healthy flop, I guess you'd say. I think it was like Jack 6, 7. Nothing too suspicious. Didn't think about it. Didn't really consider it. Whatever the case is, I raise it like 40 on the flop. Get one caller. Turn comes, and nothing to be scared of. Raise it again. Call. River comes. It's a 3. I'm not suspecting anything. I raise. Guy snap calls. What do you think he flips over? Aces on a queen 3, 6, 7 jack board. What do you think the guy called me with? Out of the blinds. None of them hit his line. That's crazy. Yeah, I do like Neil. He is a humble guy, but it just seems like we got to blame it on somebody, you know. Try but didn't get it. Yeah, I apologize, man. I'd seen it, you know, it like flips over and kind of blinks at you when a room fills. So I assume we had a little bit of time. So I think I screwed that one up. And I wish you were in this one because James Cook just went at 9, Omari and Hampton at 10. So you might have got some nice value here. Man, if I can catch a CD Jonathan Taylor turn, that'd be nice, but I assume that's not going to be the case. I'm going to get CD and Genty, it looks like, though. I don't have a lot of Genty.
Yeah, you can do. You got CD though. I mean, at 12. I mean, dang.
Yeah, I don't hate that at all.
You don't like that at all.
No, I don't mind it.
I know.
My apologies, Red. Sorry you didn't get into this one. I don't know. I think I need a few months to recover after. I mean, tied for first. You know, not to rub salt in the wound, but I'm sure you probably thought you had the nuts with the amount of guys and who you had. And then if, you know, Atlanta had been mixing in Algier in the red zone all season. So if he sneaks in there and steals one of those touchdowns, I assume it was Bijan that caught you in the end.
Well, I mean, they were tied, like he said. So, and his guys just didn't play into his roster. So,
Right, he was tied with Neil. Neil didn't win
yeah.
either.
Oh, Neil didn't win either.
No, Sam. I can't remember his last name. I know Sam Sherman won. Underdog. There's another Sam that won DK.
DK.
Also, Sam Sherman's team was. He had a lot of he had to have some pod luck. I assume his initial pod, I would almost bet that he finished second in his initial pod and then had a nice run out because his team wasn't really that. I mean, it was a $2 million team, so in the end, it was great. But he had a lot of guys that were just kind of solid dudes, but not really like insta clicks.
With Bijan, yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, where'd you end up? Hopefully, you got 40, 50K back and wasn't a complete screw job. But I know it sucks. He's Neil actually won a DFS millie a couple of years ago too, if I recall correctly.
Dang! Wow. Jeez.
Damn, dude. How many teams were in the final last year? It's like 1,000, right? Min cash of 4K. I mean, obviously it's hard to complain about 4K, but in this particular instance, I think this is one of those times where it's easy to complain about 4K.
We can't take Ben to Atlanta again.
Maybe it's Ben's fault. Maybe Neil's in the clear.
It really is. Ben's record in Atlanta when he's rooting against the Atlanta team is 0 and forever.
Maybe he owes Red like $2 million.
He comes back on a night when Ben's on stream and he can talk to him about it. I give permission. Go ahead and let him know about it.
I guess the question becomes, in that particular scenario, I know when I won mine, I didn't tell the wife until it was already in the account. If you're married, did you tell your wife and like you guys were up sweating it together, and was she aware of what was happening through your emotion, or was it just like she was just like, let me know when it's done, and then you have to go in there and be like, so about that 2 million, what if it's more like 2,000? I don't know if your wife is like mine, but I would not want to ride the emotional roller coaster of telling her how things played out. I want to say that's my first Jeremiah Love. Are you guys going to force me into becoming a running back early, bro? I don't do this at all. Like, at all. I know I said I wanted to start doing it, but I didn't really mean like right now. Oh, wow.
That's probably best, yeah.
Chris is saying that Orfield's lineup did hit the 100K. I mean, like I said, Neil's a solid dude. He really is.
Did not.
Did
win.
not.
Okay.
I thought
did not win.
Reading is fundamental.
Yeah.
Do we know how Neil finished up? I guess the only player I really remember going off in that game was Bijan. Was there anybody else that went nuts?
No.
I know Puka had like an average game. Stafford had a bad game, right? Because he threw a couple picks.
He did.
Who was playing QB? Was it Penix playing QB?
No, Cousins.
Was it Cousins then? I assume nobody had Cousins.
It wouldn't have mattered anyway. He didn't have anything. It probably was just, I don't know.
Finished 10th or better for 100K.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Puka had 15. I can imagine, man. I really can. I've been not in that particular instance where I've been up top for 2 million, but I've had a lot of, 6-figure bad beats late in games, whether it be showdown or whatever the case is. So I somewhat feel your pain. I can't imagine what that one felt like. Probably makes it hard to get him to go to work on Monday. That's for damn sure. We do have two opposite builds going here. You got Gibbs, London, Rice, McLaurin, and JMO. I don't mind that start at all. I kind of like it. I have Lamb, Genty, Love, and Hall. I don't have a lot of Jeremiah Love, but when he falls to 36, it was hard for me to pass up.
Yeah, you don't see that happening.
And then Brees Hall fell a couple of picks as well. We'll hope that some wide receivers make it back to me, but we got a lot of guys going piss yellow in this draft.
Yeah,
it's kind of the opposite of what I'm doing most of the time.
It's a lot of yellow going on right now. I mean, we got the guy in the 4 spots, only 5 straight wide receivers.
Looks like Neil finished around 40th, which was about 20K.
20K, yeah.
I didn't max DK last year in the 25. I did a lot of the smaller stuff. This is my first time maxing the big DK one. Maxed BBM had, I don't know if they're bad beats. I had like 16% Pitts in the playoffs, and then he had that massive week 1. I thought I was going to get a bunch of teams through, and I only got like 4, I think, the semis. And then of those 4, Alec Pierce killed my last one with his massive 2-touchdown first half game. So I didn't get any to the final. So 150 in, and I think I cashed out for like, I think I lost a couple $100. I mean, it wasn't anything crazy one way or the other, honestly. I don't know how I don't take Bucky here.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Interesting that taking Bucky flipped me off of Lamar. But it's also hard to pass on Lamar at pick 61.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? At some point, you guys have to stop drafting wide receivers. And being on the end, I assume I can find some receivers I like. I'm not sure that the quarterbacks are going to make it back to me. So we're going to go ahead and catch Lamar there. Even if we
go ahead.
Even if we end up at the end of the draft and, there's 3 guys at the end of the draft I don't mind getting for Baltimore in the passing game. So
just go ahead and fill it in on the back end. So
this is probably going to be like I'm probably going to stop at 4 running backs. Do I have any? I have 1 bye-week lapse there in week 13 with Genty and Brees Hall. So maybe we add a 5th, like round 18, 19. So probably a 2 or 3, 5, 9, 3 type build.
Yeah. This is really a interesting draft. I really like it right now.
I need CD Lamb to be a dog. I need him to be putting up 20 points all year long. What's up? Hopefully everybody's having a good day out there. Again, if you're joining us, we are going to be obviously finishing this draft live. We're going to be going live again later, probably around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard to do 2 more drafts if you guys want to join along with us there as well. Again, if you want to check out our rankings, our shop has been a pain in my ass, honestly. So it's been down for a little bit, and I know that you guys have been hanging tight. So if you want to go check out our sim ranks, they are up. They're an article over on the site, breakingboardsdfs.com. The QR code's on your screen right now. Go check them out. They are free. They're going to remain free for you guys for hanging with us throughout all this nonsense until we get the shop back up and running. Been some backroom negotiations, I guess you'd say. We got flagged for taking betting slips, which we have not done and cannot do, and don't even have the capability of doing. So been trying to wrestle underwriting and all this other kind of stuff. So more of a headache than you guys probably want to know about, but we'll get the store up here pretty soon before the season starts, so we can start hopping into the showdown streets. I'm going to be going pretty heavy in that, and then the main as well for DK only. Don't plan on doing a lot of FanDuel content. Honestly, I don't play a lot over there unless they offer a lot of crazy, they do some stuff at the beginning of the year where it's like max enter and we'll give you any of your losing stuff back. So if they start doing some crazy stuff like that, probably get into it. Adam, why is your face extremely too close to mine on the screen?
It was a spider that came down and on my computer. I was trying to get it, but it crawled in my keyboard. So
It's hard to do any kind of like read when you got a guy that you think is trying to make out with you. It makes
right
it
there.
15 times harder.
Oh, but like Randy was saying, we're gonna football content, DFS content is gonna be hot and heavy for the duration of the season. I'm ready for it. I'm enjoying this best ball season. Trust me, it's very relaxing to do these streams and to talk to all of you. And I enjoy this time. But when we get into the season starting, man, it's gonna be some good times for sure.
I will say too, like, I know that we're new and I know that there's really no reason to trust us and that kind of stuff yet. And we'll get there. I've been playing this for a long time, DFS, best ball, that kind of thing. I've had a lot of success. No need to like pat myself on the back from a dollar amount type of perspective, but I'm doing all right. So I think we'll just be letting you guys see that we're not completely full of crap and letting you guys try some of the stuff and things of that nature. I plan to do a live stream. We do have a content release schedule up if you want to check it out. It's an article also for DFS that's already up. I plan to live stream every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday for Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. Probably go live for about 40, 45 minutes, let everybody come through, ask questions, that kind of stuff. But I do put out a few articles leading up to each showdown slate as well. Pretty in-depth projection sheet, and then exactly how I'm going to play the slate. So that'll be available for like $30 a month. I mean, we're not going to try to rip your arm and your leg off, but do have to make a living doing this, obviously. And then we're going to put out I think it's like 9-10 articles a week for the main slate, and then a live stream for the main slate as well. So, for $30-$40, whatever it ends up being for the month, you're going to get 40 articles, 50 articles, and I don't know, I guess anywhere between 12 and 20 live streams that you're going to have access to. So, worth it, in my opinion. I mean, we're talking like a buck an article or a show here. So wanted to get something out that's cheap, affordable, and yet still allows you to build winning lineups.
Because at the end of the day, yeah, for sure. At the end of the day, though, we love doing this. I mean, if we just did it because it was to make money, then well, we're not making any right now. So I mean, why would we be doing this? We love to put this content out to help other people like ourselves. Like if this was around 20 years ago when we were first starting to do this, man, we would eat this up watching these people. I don't know about necessarily us, but it was. I just think it's like really good time to, you know, to talk and share and to, have like-minded people watching this and in the comment and to this, conversate with and to do something you enjoy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if we're talking hourly, I'm down bad. I mean, bad.
Yeah, I mean,
I put
now,
so much work into this already.
I mean, not to mention all the best ball contests we've entered, and honestly, nothing will pay out until the end of the year if we get paid out. So,
I mean, I'm probably like, I can't pass up Mahomes. I know I'm not going to get anything with him, but can't do it. Sorry. Whoever I screwed on Mahomes,
Hey, it's okay, man. I didn't need him anyway.
immediately goes Kelsey there. I assume
Yeah,
it.
I
Yeah,
was gonna get Kelsey, so
he had to have Golden. I was about to say if he was planning on going Kelsey, he probably should have grabbed Mahomes. And then, I mean, I would have loved it to get Golden and Downs there.
I got him last draft, and I was like, yeah, I'll just push him back and wait. I don't have to go crazy with this QB build the way it is right now. I got Tua laying down there for Drake, so I'm really feeling good about that.
It's more about I knew that I assume there's going to be like 6 quarterbacks taken in the next 18 picks.
Probably.
So I assume that none of my guys will make it back to me. Kind of like the last draft where we got, I got Lamar, obviously, earlier in the draft, and then I had multiple backstacks built and ready to go, and then the next thing you know, I'm looking at Cam Ward like, what the hell just happened?
And if golf doesn't make it down here to me, then I'm probably going 2 QBs in this one, to be honest.
And I mean, that was like 17 picks of ADP on Mahomes. Even if he's unstacked, I mean, he's probably not going to have a rushing upside this year, but there's some guys late in the draft that we can get creative if we need to get creative.
I don't know where the Amon Ra guy is. Is it right here? Because if it's right here, I'm not. Okay, that's not Amon Ra.
I assume he's already passed. He should be in the 6th.
Oh yeah.
He's in
Okay,
the
so
7th.
he's going to try to get him coming back then. Not
I mean,
happening.
where's the Laporta guys on that side too? So
Laporta guy's on your side. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The good news for me is there's not a lot of yellow coming off the board right now.
Jared Goff, 104 ADP, getting him at 120. Yeah, I'll do that all day.
Kind of the same concept of me and Mahomes there at 109. But you have him stacked already, whereas I don't.
Yeah. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to lose him. I'm going to pull a Conquo up, but I'm not going to risk getting him at 144. I'm not going to risk him coming back to me. It's just not going to happen.
I think that's where we played a little bit different too, is that you're more likely, I know you just went off the board, but you're more likely to reach for a guy if it makes sense for your team versus I'm more ADP value conscious where I'll risk it for the 1 or 2 times that it actually works.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's where we differ a lot in our draft strategy is I kind of have set markers that I won't reach down for.
Yeah.
I won't reach past 8 picks of ADP typically.
Yeah. I agree with you there. I also think that, like I said, if it works in your lineup, and especially when you're on the end, it really, like, you're sitting there waiting for somebody to come back to you that may not ever make it back. So,
I think I get
one reach is fine over reaching every single pick because of you're thinking that mindset. So I'll allow myself one.
I think I can narrow that down to 2 games for you, and I wouldn't call it a guarantee, but I think I can get it pretty close. Did not need those 2 guys to go off the board. Man, I was hoping to double tap. Just 1 second here. I'm on the clock, and then I'll get back to your question. I hate Khalil Shakir's outlook this year, but man, am I about to get a Khalil Shakir. Man. I don't want to.
Well, they're already scheduled, but they might flex, right? On the Monday night.
Yeah, this is definitely not going to stay the same for sure. I don't like that turn. I was really hoping Shaheed was going to fall there. I think you're going to get Cincinnati in Baltimore playing for the division, or you're going to get Atlanta and New Orleans potentially playing for the division. Yes, I'm higher on Tua. I think Tua has a good year. I think first to 9 wins is probably going to win the NFC South per the usual. Tyler Shuck looked good last year. The only person that could really have anything to say about it would be Baker Mayfield. I would assume we all agree that Carolina is not poised to win the division again. So I would bet it's one of those two games. Yeah, I would say Cincinnati and Baltimore or Atlanta, New Orleans. I don't think the Giants will be good enough to challenge Dallas because if Dallas is in it, they're obviously going to play Monday Night Football or Sunday Night Football, one of the two. So you probably get Dallas versus the Giants on Sunday Night Football, and then you probably get. I'm going to be different. I'm going to say Atlanta and New Orleans Monday Night Football to close it out. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I agree with that too.
Red, how's your draft going? Did you stay in the other 25? I need some. Khalil Shakir fell 25 places.
Yeah, he did.
That's just a player that I think when you're picking him, you're picking like 7-8 fantasy points per week, maybe on average. But like, what's the upside? He had the entire offense to himself last year and was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's pretty good pick at 147, but at 120, I'm like, dude, I want zero Khalil Shakir. I don't think I have any.
I got very sparse bit of Khalil Shakir.
Oh wow, just got Puka. Yeah, we're gonna do another one later if you're free later on, or a couple more later. Sorry that one didn't work out.
Yeah, everybody jumping on to get their $5 tickets for baseball tonight.
My wife is trying to give me the entire breakdown. It's like she gives me like the Chris Berman fastest 3 minutes in sports of her day every day at work, which I appreciate obviously, but at the same time, I'm like, buddy, I don't.
And it's rarely Cliff Notes. It's basically the actual
The entire
full monologue. Yeah, full monologue.
Entire novel. Like, cool, I guess. I can't catch up at receiver no matter what I do.
Mm.
I double tap the Las Vegas guys there. Another below average draft from me on stream. I think Rich is right. I think I need somebody here to manage what I'm doing.
Guide you.
I would imagine that we're live probably at like 6. Probably gonna hop off here, grab a little bit of food, grab Ben hopefully to join us as well, and then I'd imagine it's probably 6 if I were a betting man. Matter of fact, it is 6 because
lock it in. Just lock it in.
If he's late or if Ben can't join us, I'm not going to wait forever for him. So we'll plan for 6 Eastern.
Schedule at 6. Yes.
Also, I forgot to put up the thumbnail for this thing, so let me go do that quick. I always forget it. We're only like 2 hours in, so
yeah, we're already near the end, so we're all good. Let's see what I can do right here on my turn. I got ideas, whether they work or not. Totally have no clue.
That seems to be the story of my draft on stream today. I have no clue.
I think I can bend this right. as opposed to bending it left.
I guess north and south are your only two options. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
I see everybody's coming around on these pass catching running backs that I've been drafting the entire time. The Keaton Mitchells, the Dylan Sampsons, the Alvin Kamara, the other guy
The other guy.
that all you guys are on board with now. How did I sweat my biggest win, and when did I find out?
I was here for that one. So
Yeah. I've had like, I don't know, I'd say quite a few at this point. It's to the point where like I said, I don't want to. I haven't had any. I haven't won the millie, the millie or anything like that. But I've done pretty good otherwise. I think that it's to the point now where like I can give you, for instance, kind of to answer your question. Went to the casino a couple years ago. I think it is now. I think it was like right around Christmas time, and I had won quite a bit overall in best ball for that year. So I was trying to like fix some tax situation. Went up, sat down. I don't know if anybody here has ever played Ultimate Poker. Sat at the table. It was like a 15 men. If I remember correctly, I had Queen of Spades and like 4 of clubs. And the flop was 10 Jack Ace of Spades, whatever the turn was, and then the King of Spades. And I remember everybody at the table like freaking out. Oh, hope somebody's got it. This, that, and the other, which I knew I had it the entire. I didn't say a word, didn't talk, didn't. I just sat there. And then the people realize what I have. They realize I hit the royal. They come down. Floor comes down. I think it was like 12 or 13K win, and then the guy comes down to pay me. Do you want to check? Do you want cash? I'm like, cash is fine. I'll end up playing it anyway. So, so they write me the check, or I'm sorry, they bring me the cash, and still no reaction. Didn't count it, like nothing. And the floor asked, like, no reaction. You're not gonna. I'm like, if you've played like any amount of gambling at all, I don't know a number that would get me like uber excited. Like obviously 2 million would be nice, 3 million would be nice. I think that kind of stuff I'd probably react to. But honestly, like, and this is going to kind of sound weird, but it's kind of the reason that we started doing this company is I remember the ones like there was a couple of years ago where another buddy of ours had mentioned we were putting together a parlay, and I think we had like 4 legs. We were pretty confident in 3 as a group, and went to add a 4th. And one of our buddies who knows absolutely jack shit about football was like, Russell Wilson's going to throw for, I think it was 3 touchdowns today. And
yes,
we had no business adding that leg, but we added that leg. We added Russell Wilson 3 touchdowns. And it was the game that Russ had to throw a Hail Mary. He threw it to the 20. Somebody like batted it up in the air. This is maybe like 2-3 years ago. Somebody batted it up in the air, and it was a touchdown for his 3rd touchdown. And I just remember we went nuts. It's those kind of moments that like when you win with the guys, when everybody wins, it just hits different, I guess. I don't maybe I'm just weird,
Yeah.
but like I'm more of like even if I hit for 1 million, like I'm already planning what's next. I'm not comfortable with where I'm at, if that makes sense. I know I didn't really like answer your question great. But I don't react a lot regardless of the situation, if that makes sense. It's kind of a boring answer, I know.
I just got sniped. I didn't like it.
Oh, on Tua.
Yeah. I mean, wow. We were having a nice, very nice draft until that happened. You know what? He's not getting Zach Branch then. Won't be petty like that.
So I think if I won the $3 million this year, which hopefully I win it just so we can go back on the stream and be like, hey guys, we're not full of shit, price is probably going to go up to like $10 then. We're really going to try to rob you guys then. But I don't know. I think I would probably make a nice cocktail, go set on the deck. Hopefully it's a nice night out. And I would just vibe and chill and talk to the wife and start planning what's next. Here's where we're going to put this amount. Here's where we're going to put this amount. Here's what's going into investments. You're probably part-time now, that kind of thing. So yeah. Do you have any crazy stories? I mean, like, I know mine was kind of boring. Like I said, I just I think it's fun winning with everybody,
That is the best time for sure. My time was alone upstairs.
That's 100% the case. It'd be probably a nice scotch that night. Maybe some Jack Daniels honey. I am a Jack Daniels honey guy. A little bit of Coke. We do have a nice cigar bar here that we found. My brother and I found when he came into town about a month ago or month and a half ago. We found a nice cigar bar and went over and grabbed a couple, and we came back and just. I think that's more my speed. I'm just a chill and hang out at the house kind of guy. It's gonna be hard to like overly celebrate with some of those games that we threw out from earlier too. I do have a lot of New Orleans and in Atlanta though, so maybe that would be the game I guess I would hope for Monday Night Football, just to kind of see what happens. I think everyone here already knows what one of my picks is.
No, I have no idea. Who?
I think I know what one of my next picks are. Pick is this that we're at 205. Really, I want to get on the Jeremy Bernard train. It's just hard for me to envision a situation where Aaron Rodgers is going to allow a rookie onto the field, especially if that division plays close. I doubt Aaron's going to be like, yeah, it's cool, put him in the slot.
He's going to be on the field. It's just a matter of whether Aaron trusts to throw it to him.
I don't think he'll even be on the field.
I think he will be.
I think they'll run more 12, maybe even. I bet they run more 12 than most of the teams in the NFL. I think you're going to see a lot of two tight end formations with Washington and Freiermuth. You're going to see a lot of DK and Pittman, and you're going to see a lot of Dwaddle and Warren.
Yeah. Randy, I hope you're wrong, because I have a lot of Jeremy Bernard right now.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I got some Jeremy Bernard. It's just I don't know how packed I want those bags, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, as of current,
looking now to see where I'm at on them.
As of current stream, I am heavily packed with Jeremy Bernard.
How packed are you on Jeremy Bernard? Like
Jeremy Bernard, I said he was like my third wide receiver.
I mean, I'm over the field on him just because he's basically free.
No, wait. I think I told you. No, I'm first. He's my first wide receiver.
What kind of percentage are we talking about here?
29.
I'm deleting your rankings. Even the free rankings, I feel like don't give out stuff like that. That'd be like Rich hopping on and telling us he's got like 40% Marshawn Lloyd.
29. He's not first anymore. That's now Jacoby Myers by himself.
I have 12, and even that amount makes me uncomfortable. Like, I like the talent. I don't like the situation. I just think any chance that Aaron Rodgers gets, and this is his last chance, like unless they could go Drew Allard or whatever late in the season, and Jeremy could get out there and like weeks 15, 16, and 17 could be a home run. If they fall out of contention. I mean, it's not Tomlin anymore, so they don't have that to fall back on. But I just don't trust Rodgers to trust his own guys. I feel like he's going to want to play with Warren. He's going to want to play with Waddle. He's going to want to play with DK. He's going to want to play with Pittman. They're already talking up Darnell Washington a ton.
Mhm.
And Freiermuth has been a very solid K. Dotton-esque tight end for years. Riley Leonard. That's the first time I've seen him drafted.
Yes.
To be honest, that's not that crazy because, like, how confident are we that Daniel Jones is going to play the entire year?
Is there an extra round we've built into this draft? Because it's kind of weird.
The back end has definitely gotten a little bit more spread out. I'm going to have to go over and queue up some guys here whenever it gets to me at the turn. I think a couple of guys obviously make sense for me with this build and that I need receivers. So hopefully two of those guys pop back down to me and we'll flip back over to the draft board. We will rank our teams after this one. I can't imagine that my draft in this one's going to be that great, even from a rating system when we start looking at the draft report. But I've said it a million times. I don't even know who that is.
Who?
I don't know who Jay Taylor is for the
Jonathan Taylor?
I don't think that's the same one. I definitely for the Jags. I don't think that's the
James Taylor.
No, I don't think that's him either.
No.
Maybe they left the Thomas off. Maybe it's Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Okay. A Jay Taylor and then Austin Eckler.
Okay, yeah, they messed up because Eckler, I think, was a few weeks ago listed as free agent still. I think I could be wrong, and they have him as Washington. I looked up the Commanders. Yes, Red. Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, he was answering Brent. Yeah, Brent, we're going to go live for 2 more at 6 p.m. Eastern if you want to go live with us. Probably likely to be Ben here as well, but if he can't make it, then Adam and I will definitely be back live at 6.
Eckler is still not signed, though. So that Washington is erroneous. He's not signed by anybody yet still.
That's the thing about DK too is like, unless you're streaming drafts like I am and getting in quite a few probably earlier than you should be, but I'm saving a lot of my August streams will be like the 250s, the 100s, probably do a 555 or 2 or 3. You're going to start to see my bigger money single entry type stuff going in late. If you're only doing like the 25 or doing a couple in the 25, hold what you got. Get in a couple here and there, but just to have a different team. But you're going to see stuff like this in August and early September where you're going to look at the last couple of rounds and be like, what the hell just happened? Whereas if you're paying attention to news, you can steal some value.
New Orleans or DraftKings has New Orleans for Taysom Hill. And again, Taysom Hill is not signed with New Orleans. He's not signed with anybody. There's a chance he might come back to New Orleans. There's a chance he might be signed by somebody else. I heard Denver might pick him up. But again, nothing's in stone yet. So.
Oh, God. I can already see the headlines to that. Taysom Hill signs with Denver.
You already know.
2 weeks later, Sean Payton and gets questioned. So we saw that you added Taysom Hill to the tight end room. Yeah, we're really looking for the joker for this offense, and Taysom's fit that role before in New Orleans, and he fits that role here in Denver. We're really going to look to get him in there, some gadget plays, work in some formations. Taysom really do a lot for this team, and can play quarterback as well. Shit like that. I can already see how the Sean Payton lies are going to definitely factor into DFS again this year.
He's a Sean Payton guy for sure.
Yeah, sounds good, Brent. Yeah, go grab some food, man. That's what we're about to do, and then hop back in here in a couple hours. Adam, you want to run through your team?
Yeah, we'll go over it. We got 1-1, Jahmyr Gibbs, Drake London, Rashid Rice, Terry McLaurin, J-Mo, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Warren, Kenneth Gainwell, Blake Corum, Jared Goff, Okonkwo, Britton Strange, Jennings, B-Rob, Brian Robinson, Isaiah Tesla, K. Dalton, Zachariah Branch, Darnell Mooney, Kalen Black, and James Terminator Connor.
Did you just talk all that shit about guys who weren't on teams, and then you go and get James Conner, who may or may not be on a team here pretty soon?
He will be on a different team. He's still on a team right now, though. He actually is on a team, so. But he'll probably be not on Arizona's anymore before the season starts.
I'm going to give you a C+, mainly because I love the Drake London pick at 24. That's one of the latest spots I've seen him fall to.
I'm going to give myself a B- because it was pretty strong, and then Tua went away, and then I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just play 2 quarterbacks.
I loved it until you took Chig Okonkwo at 121, to be perfectly honest.
Just pulled him up a little too soon. I know.
Like, if you add Rashid Shaheed and then come back with Okonkwo, like, to me, that team looks so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. And then I have from the 12 bookended this draft. We had CeeDee Lamb, Ashton Genty, Jeremiah Love, Breece Hall, Bucky Irving, Lamar, Jordan Tyson, Chris Godwin, Josh Downs, Patrick Mahomes, Casey Concepcion, Jake Ferguson, Jalen Naylor, Trey Tucker, Kenyon Sadiq, Geno Smith, Justice Hill, Mike Gesicki, Elijah Surratt, and Tyquan Thornton, not Tyrone, that we got in the last draft. I would also give myself a C+. I don't think this is anything to write home about or anything of that nature. It's just kind of like another fine draft to throw in the portfolio. If it sneaks through, it's going to need some help. We got the Baltimore stack with Cincinnati bring back. We got the Geno stack, which nobody wanted, and we ended up being able to stack Mahomes with maybe his, least viable pass catcher in Tyquan Thornton. So not a roster that I love, but again, I wanted to start mixing in some early running back, and this room forced me to do it. So here we are. This is why I have not been building early running back, is because I don't love the team overall. Another C+ draft. That's going to do it for this stream, guys. We're going to head out and grab some food real quick. We will be back at 6 Eastern again. For those of you who missed it, our ranks and our sims are up in an article on our site, breakingboardsdfs.com. Go over there. They are free. Go check them out. Our store has been down for a little bit, so we got tired of it. Made the decision that we're going to put these things up for free. They're going to stay free through the end of best ball here, and then we will probably go back to our normal stuff once the season starts. But again, check them out. They are free. I pretty much always stack if I can help it. But appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your afternoon, and we'll see a few of you guys back here at 6 p.m. for another stream. See you guys.
See you soon.